Good everyone, welcome to this video. Today we have a Forgotten Vehicles episode on the Yak-9B. This is a plane that I really don't see people giving a lot of love, and I really don't understand why. Now sure, I've been seeing a bit of an increase in this plane in tank RB, but for air RB, with its versatility, I've not really seen this plane. Now, of course, with the Shavak nerf and the Berezin still being a bit 50-50 at the minute, because obviously it's only got, well, there's only one on this plane. If you had at least two, you'd be okay, but Yaks don't really have that. The only ones that do are the Yak-3, the Yak-7B, and I think the 9U has that as well, but yeah, that's just off the top of my head. So the Yak-9B is your bog standard Yak-9, pretty much. Nothing really to say. I mean, it climbs really well, turns pretty decently, has decent speed and handling. But there's one difference that this plane brings to the table. That is a bomb bay, which I know it looks a bit stupid, but hear me out. So this bomb bay can carry up to 4 100-kilogram bombs. This was essentially a yak that could do bombing runs and things like that. This thing could also carry the PTAB cassette bombs, which Gaijin, give us those. And yeah, you don't have to take 4 bombs. You can take 3 or 2. You can't take just one, which would be probably my preference. But you know, for today though, we're going to be taking all 4. It doesn't affect the plane too much. Obviously, there is extra weight and everything, and it does obviously lower its performance, but it doesn't affect it too badly. And besides, we're not going to be beating Spitfires and Zeros in the dogfight, so adding this is not really going to help, well, benefit us, so to speak. So, of course, with the Shavak nerf, we're going to be very careful, so I'm using Armoured, and for the 50 cal, we're also going to use Ground. That tells you the last time I flew this plane, because I was running air targets. Ground is probably your best belt now. But I'm glad I'm seeing a resurgence in this plane in ground forces, but for RRB, I think this little fella could do some work as well, because obviously, as I said, the versatility. And given the Yaks don't have a lot of ammo anyway, I feel this is just more of a benefit for the plane. So before we continue any further, I'm going to put this plane on a better crew for a start, because, well, the last thing I want to do is put myself on a bad crew. So there we go. Pretty much maxed out crew bar ace qualification. I think that will do us for now. So let's get in and let's get cracking as we usually do. And I didn't even have to say another word. I was catching my breath. Well, I say catching my breath, more like gaining some breath, because obviously I had to breathe then, but you know. Unfortunately, as humans, we have to breathe. And some days you wish you didn't, but oh well. That's just how the cookie crumbles. You know, some days when you just can't be arsed with anything. That's how I feel some days. Like, at the minute, at the time of this recording, I'm off for 9 days off work. And, yeah, I am going to be living that. That's for sure. I'm off for 9 days, so I'm spending a couple of days... Well, I've spent a couple of days with my sibling, my sister, who came down. From where she lives now, and yeah, I was just checking to see if my cannon was on the right mouse button. I thought it was, and I know some people will probably say, why don't you just have it on your keybinds, like why don't you just have custom control layouts? I can't be bothered with that crap, so I don't do it. But yeah, That was a nice weekend. Obviously, it's the Monday right now as I'm recording this. And yeah, it was a good weekend. Got some stuff done. Did some Pokemon pre-release events for the new set, Paldea Evolved, which will be out by the time this video actually drops, if anyone really cares about that. And I pretty much got every pre-release promo bar the Pelipper, so I've got a nice little collection now. But yeah, I'm obviously working on other things, not just War Thunder. Like, I am doing other things, so just if I'm not on the game as much, just consider that. I'm currently cooking up a pretty decent meta deck for Pokemon at the minute. So just bear with me if I'm not on the game 24/7. Anyway, since it's going to be a few minutes since well, it's big map, it's Sicily. I'll see you in a few minutes. Well, welcome back. As you can probably tell, we've managed to get ourselves into a pretty decent position. The 1-9 up there has actually disconnected from the match, as you can tell here. The most dangerous threat up right now is that Corsair up there, but I think my teammates got that, so I'm going to go for this Corsair here. Make sure to fully drop the throttle. It's been a while since I've actually played a Yak. There we go. But I don't forget the guns, so that's one thing. I only took a short burst. Don't fly into the wreckage, that would be embarrassing. And also quite funny. Okay, Nikki's behind. I'm not actually concerned about that. Team's gonna need assistance down here. Also, the Nikki might stick on me, so we'll have to see. Next target's probably going to be the P-39. I also apologise if I sound a bit croaky, I've got a bit of a sore throat. That's what happens when you're playing too much Pokemon over the next few days and testing a lot. Thank you. Go number 2. That kind of rhymed. Okay. Yeah, I have a bit of a croaky throat right now, and it's not fun, but... oh well. Come here, son. Right, well he's got EFS, so he's not going to die from that. That I can tell you. Or you can just bin it, I suppose. Nope, I've got the speed. I don't need to worry about you guys. F4U's swinging it round. P63 will probably want to head on. Ow. Yep. He's a good shot. That. He didn't have much time on target there. I will say that. Right, I'm going to open the bomb bay doors because I'm going to have to probably do some cheeky maneuvers to get out of this situation. So obviously we will outrun the VG even with the bomb bay door open. That's not the concern. The concern is the oil, because that hit from the P63 completely destroyed the oil tank. So yeah, we don't have a lot of time, and we're obviously being pushed away from our airfield, which is not ideal. But obviously I do outrun the VG quite easily. The problem is of course, eventually our engine's going to start dying, and yeah, without a teammate to come and get us some assistance here, it's going to be a little bit tricky. That should lighten the load a little bit. There we go. Yak should be able to get him off me, but I think it's the end of the road for us because our engine is really starting to suffer and the team is taking the piss right now. Come on, team. I literally have to save my engine here. I have no choice. Thank God for that. Okay. So, the chances of us getting back to the airfield, considering the engine is already in overheat stage, is extremely unlikely. But I'm going to attempt it. So, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to open the bomb bay doors. I know it's going to cause a bit more drag, but I need to lighten the 200 kilos here, because that's going to help out. We're unfortunately not going to get an ace, but I don't really care about that. Because we're going to see if my old tricks pay off here. Now, before anyone says at this point, mech would not mean shit, because you're out of oil. The moment you open the radiator, it doesn't matter. So I'm not even going to bother trying to do that. And even then, with how little thrust we will have shortly, we have to be very considerate. Yeah, this is I don't think my old trick's gonna work. Which is unfortunate, but I mean, could be worse, I guess. Could always just chill and just watch the match play out, I guess, but I'm not gonna do that. Probably just gonna go to another match, because this was a good run. Don't get me wrong, like, it was a good run, but we're not getting back, and even then, the P-63 is probably dead here. But what we are going to do is we're going to land. We might as well. I knew I could get it over the water at the very least, but getting it back to the airfield, we was a good 4 or 5 miles away from it, so it's just not happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see you all in match number 2 and hope we don't lose our oil again. See you in a few. And welcome to the second match. As you can probably tell, we're on a bit of a colder map. This is Lake Ladoga. And yeah, we're in a max up tier, so this will be interesting. But the majority of the enemy team is already on the deck. So they're making my job a lot easier. So in terms of priority target at this moment in time, it's actually going to be that Hellcat, because whilst I am concerned about all the ground attackers down there, the fact that there's so many, well, you know, ground attackers, they're not exactly dangerous. Yeah. That should do it. Thank you. Where's that Hellcat? Is that rockets? Yeah, he's firing rockets. Sure, if you want to fire rockets, mate. Sure thing. Can we stop full committing to fucking head-ons, please? Jeez. Just use your noggin. Bit of rudder to dodge that. Easy. And I think he wants to fight. Okay. Mustang coming down as well. Okay. That's him dealt with. See, the guns are being surprisingly consistent, which is good. But we've got to thin the herd, like, now. There goes him. Hellcat coming in for a head-on. Well, you're not a rankings challenger after that, mate. Eat that, Mr. Hellcat. I don't know why he thought that was smart, but, you know, that's just people these days. They're not smart. There's no sugarcoating it. Nope. 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 What's he going to do? Is he going to target me? Yes, he is. You missed. I love Yaks. They're so easy to fly. Like, yeah, you have to consider high altitude, but, like, who really goes at high altitude these days? Like, it's not a difficult plane to really play it. Obviously, I've obviously got a bomb bay doors open in case we need, like, the load or, like, jingle bomb or something. But, like, they're just consistent. Like, yeah, the guns are a bit crap these days, but, like, we're doing a lot of work in this thing right now. Like, yeah, these guys aren't exactly making it easy, like, difficult for us. We just have to dodge on occasion, but, like, I don't think these planes are bad. Like, they're very good, and obviously the Yak-9B is the one that, in my experience, is the least loved. And, I want it to get more love, because it's a good plane. Like, it's consistent, it flies very nicely. Thank you, teammate. Oh, shit, Mustang. Okay, he's just made my job a lot easier. I don't think that was the Mustang's intention, but, you know, like, I guess that's something, you know, like, I was not expecting that. Right, so, it's been reduced to now just a few teammates. We've got a Corsair left, we've got a 109 left who's running back to his airfield because natural. Natural for War Thunder's players these days. And the only teammate left is a Wyvern, who just full committed head on, because that's all people know how to do these days. Is it just me, or am I getting tired of being a broken record? Like, come on. You could have very easily killed that Corsair by just outrunning it, climbing, and then boom and zooming it because the climb rate sucks compared to you. But no, because people have to do stuff like that. Ugh, I'm getting too old for this crap, you know. Right, well, we might as well use the bomb load for a good cause, I guess. We probably won't have the ammo to kill the remaining 3, but at least I can claim I've killed a base, with some assistance, in a Yak-9B, which I've never done before, so that's on my calendar now, I guess. It's not, but, you know. So this is now a 1v3 scenario, which, it's winnable. It's winnable. Like, the 109 is obviously the highest priority target here. The IL-2 is also quite dangerous, if flown correctly, which I haven't really seen him playing it. He's just taken a head-on, as far as I know. The B-34 is going to be a pain with the guns that we have. But overall, this is winnable. Obviously, ideally, I want to go for the 109 first, but, well, let's be real. He's probably not going to be our first problem. Now, we do have a good climb rate, so we're going to be using that, which we are. But, yeah, this is just, you know, it's just part of the plan, really. So, 109's just taken off. I can see him gravelling across the runway there. The IL-2 would be stupid to try anything here. Now, he can potentially get a shot. So I'm going to pitch him up a little bit harder. And obviously IL-2s get clunky at low speed. Thank you. You shouldn't have been that stupid, mate. Should have kept your speed up. What is it with these... Is this a new, like, rankings... What is that tile? Does anyone actually know? I've been off the game for about a week. Can someone actually tell me? Because, like... And, of course, he's camping his fucking runway. Ugh. Let's have a look. Yeah, he just cares about stat padding. Typical fucking idiot. We don't really have a lot of ammo to work with here, that's the problem. And I'm gonna have to kill this B-34 eventually. Of course, if he's just gonna camp his runway, bear in mind he's in a pretty good plane. I mean, what should we do here? Like, because the B-34 will kill a base. Like, it has the bomb load to do that. I'm not too concerned about the B-34. Yeah, it nicked us, but it's nothing too serious, that damage. Like, yeah, the left elevator is a bit damaged, but that's okay. The main issue is, of course, is Mr. Camper Boy. He's just going to sit in his runway, do donuts, and, well, that's boring as fuck. Like, come on, we're in a 1v1 situation because your B-34's buggered off. Just, come on. But I'm not going to waste my time chasing a twat who just runway camps 24/7 when I can just go kill the B-34, because I'd rather go do that. So I'm going to cut ahead to when we catch up to the B-34, now that I've made that decision, and I'll see you all shortly. Well, welcome back. We managed to catch up to the B-34, who's probably just going to try and pull some B-34 shenanigans. Let's see what we can do here. Yeah, I'm not killing that thing with just a 50 cal. It ain't happening. And he's got some damage in, but I'm not killing it with just a 50 cal. It's just not happening. And of course, there's Camper Boy, who naturally has to camp his runway to gain any kind of skill, because that's normal these days. So with me basically being out of ammo, I'm going to have to go back to base. Like, I can maybe kill the 109 with 46 bullets, but the simple fact of the matter is he only fights when he has an advantage. Whether that be runway camping or anything along that line. And obviously in this case, he's got altitude advantage, he's got high altitude advantage, and he also has a shitload more ammo, so I'm just gonna turn the tables on him, so to speak. if he's going to pull dirty shit, I'm going to pull dirty shit. Now, I don't condone this behaviour, before anyone says that in the comments. I don't condone it, but the fact is that this piece of shit is doing it, who also can't aim worth a dog shit. So I will gladly teach him a fucking lesson with just a 50 cal. So here we go. And look, the second I make an aggressive move, he goes straight back up. That's all this guy cares about. He just wants an advantage before he'll fight. Right, now it's time for a reversal. Yeah, you better start running, because guess what? I'm faster than you. Yeah, you may have an energy advantage, but Yak is faster on the deck. And you have gun pods because you're a moron. Oh, and did I forget to mention I can also keep up with you in a climb? Yeah? Did I mention that? No? And you're doing that against a Yak? Yeah, I can tell you got your stats off of bot farming and have no remote skill. So yeah, this is the kind of player we have to deal with in War Thunder. But obviously I don't have a lot of ammo, so I have to consider this. There we go. I'm just going to prepare that in advance. He's out of fuel, he's no threat. He has no fuel. I may have no ammo, but you have no fuel, buddy. No, saw that coming. In fact, I'll change the sentence. And just to add insult to injury, I'm going to go into vertical. So now we have to go back to base because we have no bullets. You want to fight? Give me a moment. I'd rather be honest and say, look, if you want to fight, give me a moment, because I have no bullets. Because, well, I don't. And if he asks, well, tries to claim I'm runway camping, I will literally show him this fucking video. So, that's certainly something I need to obviously consider. Is he seriously going to try and strafe me on the runway? I should have a fast enough crew to do this, so I'm going to take a bit of a risk. Yep, he's going for it. And judging by that rate of closure, he will die before he gets to me. Yet you're just an idiot. I was going to fight you, but no. If you want to do that and give me a win, sure, I'll take that. So there you go. If that doesn't tell you what this plane can do, I don't know what will. So, now that that runway camper is dealt with, and he easily got reversaled, that really shows why this plane shouldn't be forgotten. The guns are actually quite consistent now that I've changed the belts. The overall performance is very good, the handling's very good, the versatility of it's very good, you just don't have much ammo, but if you aim properly, you can get quite a few kills. Like, we got 7 kills with 1 ammo load. It's consistent. So, maybe give this thing a try in your spare time. But anyway, I'm going to leave you all to it for today. I really hope you enjoyed that. Obviously, this is a longer video than normal, but, well, when you get a run like that, yeah. That was fun. Anywho, I will see you all on the next one.